Hi, I'm Bob Barton, Inspector General for the state of California. My agency's role in government is to oversee and provide transparency for the California Department of Corrections. There are 35 prisons in the state of California with over 135,000 inmates, as well as several juvenile justice facilities and all of the parole offices that we monitor. We do this by monitoring a number of programs, including things like medical care, internal affairs, as well as an intake of complaints from staff and inmates. That's just some of what we monitor within the department. One of the areas that I think needs our focus right now more than ever is rehabilitation. And my staff is dedicated, and we have several ways of monitoring the department's programs for rehabilitation within our prison system. For many years, the prison system has been a revolving door. Recidivism is high. Over 60% of our inmates come back to prison. This is something that we have to change if we're to be successful in the future. I'm proud of the work that my staff does in making sure that the programming we're providing and the rehabilitative opportunities that the department is providing on a daily basis are ones that will work and will take our society in the future where it needs to be. Warehousing these inmates and simply releasing them back into our communities is a tragedy for all of us and a cycle that we have to end. So I'm very proud of the work that my agency does. I'm proud of my staff, and we're excited about where we're going to be able to help the department grow in these areas. Because in the future, I can envision a society where those that do make mistakes, those that do go to prison, are able to be restored. I believe that there's the possibility for redemption in everyone. I believe that everyone who's made a mistake in their lives is not necessarily someone we should throw away, basically locking them up and throwing away the key. For too long, we've seen that that's been a failure. We need to do something different, and it's a responsibility for all of us, and I'm proud to lead an agency that has a big part in that.
Hi, I am Chuck Rufo. I work as a Senior Deputy Inspector General within the OIG. I find my position as a supervisor within the OIG rewarding because each day brings new opportunities to grow in my job. I am encouraged as a civil servant to come up with new and better ways to improve each work function. This emphasis on improvement allows me and my staff to continually develop and grow. I believe it is possible to improve the focus on rehabilitation programs with our shared efforts by recommending objective and practical solutions through our monitoring and reporting. I think the work we do at the OIG is important because through our oversight, we have the ability to assist the CDCR become a model for inmate rehabilitation. The OIG is committed to helping by identifying where CDCR has demonstrated progress and whether measurable benchmarks for inmates served in rehabilitative programs were achieved. And our office and staff are engaged and inspired by fostering a cooperative and collaborative work environment focused on our agency's mission. What I love about the OIG is it fosters a can-do attitude in a workplace where motivated individuals who enjoy teamwork are valued.
I'm Misty Polasic. As the Publications Manager for the Office of the Inspector General, I coordinate the publication of all the agency's reports. I also have the privilege of serving as the Executive Director for the California Rehabilitation Oversight Board. Part of my work on the board requires reviewing the rehabilitative programs throughout all California prisons. Rehabilitation, to me, represents renewed hope through a second chance at life choices. The opportunity to meet with administrators, educators, inmates, and volunteers provides a chance at a unique glimpse at the many components of rehabilitation from inside the institution and a chance to hear firsthand how programs are working. I also have the opportunity to be part of the solution in identifying creative programming opportunities, evaluating potential gaps in rehabilitative services, and recommending best practices. Inmates are released every day throughout California communities. Successful reintegration improves the quality of life for the entire community.
Hi, my name is Jana Bocalone and I work for the Office of the Inspector General. I work as a rehabilitation analyst, which basically means that I travel throughout the state visiting prisons and evaluating rehabilitation programs. I love my work because it gives me a unique perspective on an important social issue. Because although we oversee the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, the issues we're dealing with are much larger than that. We're dealing with one of the larger social issues, I think, of our time. I've had the incredible privilege of witnessing men of all ages graduating from high school, earning diplomas and certificates that will help them support their families when they integrate back into their communities. I've witnessed mothers being reunited with their children. I have seen some of the most hardworking and dedicated educators, correctional officers, correctional counselors, lieutenants, all working to help improve the lives of these men and women. I have seen women training service dogs to go out and help people back in the community. I could literally go on for hours about some of the most wonderful and inspiring things I've seen. So although the OIG acts as the eyes and the ears of the taxpayer, which is a huge honor, the fact that we do it with heart and soul is what makes coming to work a true honor and privilege.
Again, the mission of the Office of the Inspector General is to safeguard the integrity of the state's correctional system by providing oversight and transparency through monitoring, reporting, and recommending improvements on policy and practices of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, otherwise known as the CDCR. And now a perspective from the former Undersecretary of CDCR on the role and impact of OIG oversight.
My view on the Inspector General's office and general view of oversight agencies is probably a little bit different than most folks. Let's face it, nobody likes somebody looking over their shoulder and grading their work or telling them what they should and shouldn't be doing. But every now and then you come across the right formula for oversight and the right individuals who provide oversight, that they are practical and that they are solutions oriented. The bottom line is folks are trying to make findings, they're trying to make recommendations, they're trying to help you improve your operations. You don't always have to agree with all of those things, but maybe you partially agree or you completely disagree. If your mission is to provide public service and government services in the best way that you possibly can, you should have absolutely no fear about audits or oversight and findings. I don't think anybody should be measured by the findings that are made. Maybe the better measurement of how we are in terms of how we perform our jobs and leaders we are is what we actually do about those findings.